Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to another episode of More Than a Game. This your boy Ron with my co-host Courtside Ross. And again, we're going to talk basketball and keep it 100, keep it simple but effective, and keep it real with you guys. And the NBA season starts Thursday. NBA is back officially. The scrimmage games were good for me, but at the same time, I really wasn't interested as much as them as I'm not a preseason type person anyway. Like, I want to see when it matters. So this Thursday we got Lakers and Clippers, Jazz and Pelicans. Of course, the Jazz and Pelicans fighting for playoff position. Lakers and Clippers are both teams that are going to make the playoffs, but they're just pretty much it's all about just ego and pride when those two teams play. So of course, Lou Will won't be playing for the situation. He's quarantining. You got Anthony Davis possibly won't be playing with an eye injury. But what are you expecting, boss? What are you looking forward to on opening night? What are you looking for on opening night?
I'm just like you, honestly. Opening night is good. I'm looking forward just to seeing basketball.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily looking forward to the opening night per se, but I'm just happy the basketball is back.
Right.
I don't think if the Lakers or the Clippers won, or the Pelicans or the Jazz or the teams that play, it doesn't really matter who wins to me. It's gonna set a statement, but I just feel like I'm ready for the playoffs. I'm just ready for the playoffs. I'm just being honest. I mean, I'll tune in, and if the Lakers win, that's a big boost to their confidence. If the Clippers win, then we got some issues.
It is.
So I'm just happy that basketball is back. How do you feel?
I feel the same way. I feel like we've seen the season, and it was prepping us for one of the most best playoffs we probably was going to experience if everything would have went the way that it went pre-COVID. But I do think that the Lakers have to get this game more than the Clippers. And I don't think that it means anything that both teams don't get it. Don't get me wrong. It's just one game, but at the same time, like you said, the Clippers are confident they can beat the Lakers. I don't know if the Lakers have that same confidence that they can beat the Clippers. No, they can compete with them, and they feel like they either can beat them, but I don't know if they're as confident as the Clippers are when it comes to facing the Lakers. The Clippers are tougher. The Lakers have the best player out of all the teams, but they may not have the second, third, fourth best player could be whatever order you want to place it in.
Well, it depends on the scenario for me because, like you said, if Anthony Davis doesn't play, then I feel like the Clippers should.
If Anthony Davis doesn't play, then the Clippers. Well, like I said, Lou Will is not better than Anthony Davis, but Lou Will impact is just as big as Anthony Davis' impact, right? So Anthony Davis' impact in the starting unit is just as big as Lou Will impact in the second unit. And in the fourth quarter when he's pretty much your maybe your second best scorer at times, depending on the situation. So I get where you're coming from. And that's why with these two teams playing, they really are going to hold back with each other because they don't want each other to have enough to prep them for a potential series. Whereas in the Jazz and Pelicans, it's different. With the Pelicans, they need every game off the back. If they're going to make the playoffs, they need every game. So off the back, Utah, who is in a seed where they can, I think they're in the 6th seed right now. Utah is, if I'm not mistaken. All these games are divided by a game or two. So the seeding is important in the West. And so that game has a little bit more meaning than Lakers and Clippers because we know the Lakers and Clippers are going to be there. But overall, I'm just excited about the season happening. And with that being said, it's a lot of chemistry issues that's going to be very fonded of when we see these teams play. We're going to be able to see who has it, who doesn't has it. And your concerns that you had with the Clippers were chemistry issues with Lou Will, Pat B, Kawhi, Paul George, all spending time out of the bubble. You felt as if that those issues won't affect the championship chances, but it could affect the fact that this team probably won't be as prepped as they could be if they do get into that situation. So
I mean, it's not even that. It's all the names you just said plus Landry Shamet, plus Montrezl Harrell, plus Ivanka Zubac.
Yeah, he had COVID. He had COVID. Zubac had COVID.
It's 4 or 5 players that they got out.
Yeah.
And they already haven't played a full season. It's not that I'm not worried about the Clippers can't come in and win games. But do they have enough chemistry? Do they know each other's habits at the end of the games? You know, is Lou Williams going to take the shot, last shot? Is it going to be Kawhi Leonard? I mean, I would say Kawhi Leonard, but in the fourth quarter, if Lou is the hot guy, you're going to get the ball to Paul George.
Yeah, I get the ball to Lou Will. Whoever the hot guy is, I'm riding it. But like you said, they don't know them. They don't know that yet. We may not know if they know that yet.
I mean, we know Kawhi is the guy, but if Lou got 40, is he going to take? I mean, we just don't know yet. So my concerns is all those players being out of the bubble, not a lot of practice time, and the chemistry. It might take them a couple of weeks, and luckily they have a 7-game series to get it out the way.
I think I'm gonna switch it up. Outside of the Zubac, which he had COVID, I believe Doc Rivers did what was smart. He gave his players the amount of freedom that they can have to the max, to the maximum of what it could be. He let it get his close look playoffs or the season start right here. You know, you guys can do all this until this time frame, because I believe that when the season start, and not even just the season, I know my team is going to be ready come playoff time, because I believe in Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Lou Will, Montrezl Harrell, Markieff Morris, and Landry Shamet, and so many other players they have. So he's saying, okay, all right, Lou Will really had to go to the front row. So that's not fake. That's verified that he had to really go to the front row. So, you know, he go get some wings from Magic City, not the smartest thing to do, but at the same time, you know, I'm gonna go get me some chicken from Harold's from Chicago. But I'm back in my hometown. He's from Atlanta. It's not like he's not from Georgia, right? So, you know, these situations happen. So him saying Magic City got the best wings, he knows they got the best wings. He's from Georgia, right? So, and putting this team in predicaments and separations like that, I understand the selfishness that come in that, but also I've been out during this COVID, and I'm not saying everybody should go out. I'm not saying everybody should do this, because I have decided not to go out because of my kids now. But before I was in my own personal mindset, I would go out to a spot, go out to a club, go out to, you know what I'm saying, get a good time because of whatever stress or whatever change in my life. I need that relaxation. Now, these players are dealing with a lot of stress, man, because some of them didn't even want to come back to play basketball with everything that was going on, right? So for them to make the necessary sacrifices, for them not to see their family, especially in Lou Will's situation, which is he may not see his family until October, right? To the end of the playoffs, because he's going to be the Final Four teams, right? So it's like, okay, well, go out there, do this, go do that, go do this, go have that. You know, come back, be ready to focus, be ready to play. And that's how I look at it. Now, I think Lou Will, being a 16-year veteran, and we have seen him do what he does, he has a switch. He can turn it on and off. He knows when to get keyed in, when to get focused. If this was maybe a different team, a different situation, maybe if it was a Giannis for the Bucks, because it's not his, you know, it's not his character, or maybe if it was, James Harden for the Rockets, being that they need to be more focused and get more tuned in because they don't know how their team is going to be, I would have a little bit more concern for the situation. But being that it was Lou Will, and we know Lou Will come off the bench better than anybody in the league right now coming off the bench, is really like, okay, if I was a coach, if I was Doc Rivers, it's like, okay, well, let these guys get a little bit out of them before we really get serious, because we finna get real serious in this mod real soon.
Most people don't even realize that it doesn't matter if he went to the strip club anyway, because by him going to Atlanta, he got a quarantine anyway.
Anyway.
He got a quarantine anyway. So it don't matter if he went to the strip club or not. Even I don't know if he lied about it. I don't know none of the circumstances or situation that happened with that. But yeah, they might have been blown out of proportion, but all he did was go get some food. He got a quarantine anyway. Most people don't know he just got a quarantine anyway.
Absolutely. He was got a quarantine anyway. Absolutely. Right. So you might as well, if I got a quarantine, I might as well go ahead and give a reason to quarantine. I got a quarantine anyway. I'm just be real. If I got a quarantine, Addis Caruso, he had the quarantine for going to a wedding. He went to a wedding. They made him quarantine. So the thing is that all this under investigation stuff the NBA be doing, it gives a name bigger than what it is. But at the same time, that's what I was trying to tell you with these players sometimes, man, is that they are trapped and they are workers. You know, and then
they just need stories right now.
Right, exactly. They make millions of dollars, and you're trying to tell somebody they make millions of dollars to not do nothing. right? To go back home for the funeral that you need to go to, and sit at home. I got a court team anyway, man. I'm finna go give me some wings, man. I'm finna go see some wings and see some ass shaking in the midst of me getting some wings. I'm not mad at you, Lou. I am not mad at you, Lou, for seeing some wings and some ass. That's the best combination you can have. Let's get that. They mad at Lou for that? Let's go. Speaking in terms of the situations, man, we know the teams is going to be there. We know what's going to be popping. You know, we talk about the consistent situation with these things. Who did you feel? What teams you feel as if that are underrated? That teams are really like that may be that team that can disrupt who we think the Final Four teams may be.
I think we got to see the seeding first, because you might catch a Mavs versus Clippers first round series, something crazy. You just never know. So before I say that, I had to throw that out there first. So I would say I definitely think the Mavericks. The way Steph Curry looks, Tim Hardaway, Porzingis. Look, Steph Curry looking deadly. And this is not the first time he did that. He did it a couple times this year.
He looking good.
And Luka Doncic, I feel like that's a dangerous team. You might not, you probably gonna beat him in a situation on the series, but you don't want to see them boys. You don't want to say that. It's too much offensive firepower.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much for a team to face the first round. Like you have to be on your play your best game, because you could lose the game. And then let's not forget, Porzingis has been looking good too. And like you said, they lock and loaded with shooters. Luka Doncic is one of the best one-on-one players in the NBA. So that is one team that I really look forward to watching. The team I feel as if that's going to be one of the most dangerous teams that's slept on is Portland. I just think you take that starting five of Dame, CJ, Melo, Yusuf Nurkic, Hassan Whiteside, that five against any other five, right? Like, let's just take that starting five against any other starting five in the NBA, and you got you a good game. You got you a 7-game series just off that alone. Now the bench has always been a problem for Portland, right? Always been a problem for Portland. So, but with certain situations, certain scenarios, I believe that out of the lower teams, the Memphis, the New Orleans, those guys, out of that, the Kings, I think Portland should find a way to win. If they don't, it's a shame. And I know
you can't say a shame, because they're already 4 games back though.
It is, but and they're 4 games back for reasons too, like because Dame got hurt at the wrong.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's a shame they shouldn't even be in that situation in the first place.
Situation, right? That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because that team should be in the playoffs. Like, I want to see that team against a Lakers or a Clippers or the Bucks. I want to see that. Like, I want to see that. So I think the Portland is probably one of the most underrated teams coming into it. I also look forward to seeing the Jazz. The Jazz are always tough to play in the playoffs.
They're always tough. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna win the first round series this year. I don't think they have enough. But I can't take that away. I have to see the seedings first. Once I see that, then I'll say. But I am on the.
They was clicking. They was like ranked number 3rd best team in the league after the.
They were clicking, but I don't think they have enough offensive firepower. Depends on the situation.
They never have enough offensive firepower.
But I'm big on the Philadelphia 76ers right now. I just think they got too much, man.
The chemistry of the Sixers look good right now too.
They got too much. And then what they did was moving Ben Simmons all ball to the 4 now, and letting him eat around the basket where they should have been doing a long time ago. Throw that in with Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris. They got killers. They got. It's a problem, bro. Like, at any moment you can get a bucket from any 5 of those guys they're gonna have on the floor. Al Horford as well. And they might not have the chemistry and everything, but that's a team you do not want to see. Like, Kawhi Leonard was a lucky shot away from the Sixers, maybe even going to the finals last year. People don't even realize it.
Facts.
I mean, people forget about that. I mean, we don't know. We could have said
Jimmy Butler team. I felt as if that Sixers team is better than this team, though, and that's just what we've seen so far. Jimmy Butler was a big difference in that Toronto series. He made Kawhi Leonard work. He made him work, and like you said, they're a lucky tip shot in from being in the NBA Finals. So,
That's
yeah,
right.
you're right. The Sixers, we do forget that the Sixers are already a possession away from being in the NBA Finals. And
Possible.
under the same possible circumstances with Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson being hurt, they probably beat the Warriors, to be honest with you.
Possibly. I don't know if they have enough scoring. They didn't have enough scoring back then.
Bro. Like, they lack. Look, this is where it would have came down to. If Klay and KD didn't play the 2 or 3 games, KD ain't played none shit, and Klay missed the 2 games that he missed. Joel Embiid was going to have a field day. You see what LaMarcus Aldridge was doing to Draymond Green before Kawhi Leonard got hurt. That Spurs was up by 30 almost on them boys in that game 1 because they can have no answer. The Warriors' weakness is inside present. They have no inside defense interior. And you're going to get the best. You may get the best center in the league that y'all playing right now. Man, Joel Embiid was going to have a field day with Draymond Green down there, bro. Field day down there with Draymond Green. And the Warriors, let's not forget, the Sixers is one of the only teams last year that beaten the Warriors full roster twice.
It's crazy.
They beat them on
the only question mark I got is Brett Brown. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Brett Brown, and I don't know if they have enough shooters. You know, that's what it's going to come down. But if they get the right matchup, and you get one of those teams that ain't got no defensive big man, or a team that's bad with transition defense, they gonna run you out the gym possibly.
So what do you think? What do you think about J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters?
I love what I see so far. I mean, for Dion Waiters not to play basketball for almost 2 years now, people pretty much counting him out. J.R. Smith, we making jokes about him. Everybody, you know, and for him to do what he's done, and it's not even how he's shooting the ball. I've seen the passes he's making. I mean, this stuff is chemistry stuff. Type of the way he's fitting the offense. That's kind of scary. If J.R. Smith hoops like that, defensively they're gonna miss Avery Bradley, but offensively they're not gonna miss Avery Bradley. If he hoops like that,
right.
But I don't know if he's gonna be able to hoop like that. We're gonna see. But it's very encouraging.
Yeah, I like what I see from both of them. I think J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters will both be able to contribute to the team immediately. Where they lack at, and what I think is going to be a lack in, is that, like you said, not playing basketball for that long and then going to playoff basketball, where we both know it's a different type of level of basketball. It's a different type of level of physicality, different type of level of energy that's required, different type of level of stamina that's required. And both players have shown, in the past to have mental lapses. I feel like J.R. Smith, Dion Waiters, the Lakers are going to score the basketball. They make them better at scoring the basketball than Rajon Rondo, Avery Bradley. They don't make them better defensively, and I think defense wins championships. And that's the defense against the teams that they need on the perimeter players that they're going to be facing. I'm not comfortable with a pick on LeBron James and then switches Kawhi Leonard with J.R. Smith guarding him, or switch or pick off Paul George.
Man, LeBron James better not be switching like that.
You better not switch. You better not switch at all. You better not be switching at all. At the same time, that's why I was telling you, that's why I feel the way I feel about the Clippers, because when you do run these pick and rolls and these switches, they have a lot of mixed matches that's going to be there every single night. But we shall see, because the Lakers' chemistry is looking good. Like you said, the Clippers' chemistry is unknown. It's still unknown. The Clippers, the reason why we give the Clippers the championship hopes we give them is because of the names on the roster. And when they have played together, they're 11-2. So we know they have the potential to be something special. But at the same time, the Lakers are looking good. And they're looking happy. They're looking happy. They're looking like they come.
And they look focused. They look the most focused team right now.
They do look the most focused team right now. They do.
I mean, let's just be real.
They do. It's
going to come down to, are they going to be able to hit shots at the end of the games?
They do. And J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters have to hit shots, bro.
And it depends if they got to get the Rockets or somebody, and they got to play that 5-0 basketball. I mean, JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard, all them people can't be on the floor at the same time.
No, they can't.
But they do have the defensive interior.
They have the best defensive interior in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're not gonna beat the Lakers by scoring more points than them in the paint.
You got to shoot the threes.
You got to shoot the ball.
And the Clippers can do that. The
And a lot of teams
yeah.
shoot that. The Lakers,
Yeah.
out of the best teams in the NBA, Lakers are the worst team shooting the three. They the ones that can't shoot the three. They're the ones that got to
that's
be able
gonna
to
hurt
knock the three
them.
down. I mean, but at the same time, with Deion Waiters and J.R. Smith, we're going to see, right? Because those guys be knock the three down, right? They should be able to hit the shot because LeBron's going to give you the open shot. And we shall see. So that's that. But that's the episode, of course, of Hoops More Than a Game, man. We just want to go over a couple of topics with y'all. Keep you updated. The season's going to be starting, so we're going to have much more to talk about. Like, comment, subscribe. Any suggestions, feel free to DM us, comment us, let us know what you like. It's your boy Ron right here with my boy Ross, man. Peace.
Peace.